Talk to anyone around the world and their perception of the UK is that it's a wet and rainy country. How could we possibly entertain the idea that actually Britain is already seeing our water supply dwindling? Under 40% of the water used in the UK is from a domestic source. This makes the UK the world's 6th largest importer of water. In some circles, fresh water is now being talked of as the new oil, with its increasing scarcity driving value even higher. WaterWise is the leading authority on water efficiency in the UK, and have awarded the WaterWise mark to products that reduce water wastage or raise awareness of water efficiency.
Globally, there is a water crisis. We're seeing less and less available water, we're seeing population growth, we're seeing climate change. This means there will be less water for people to grow crops, for people to use for businesses, and for people's homes. We're already seeing people without water, and before we think, yes, it's okay in the UK, my 150 litres comes out my tap, the actual person in the UK uses around 3,500 litres a day. That's the embedded water, in my suit, in your sandwich, in the tin cans you have in your car, and globally, this is a major crisis.
If inefficient products are used at home and in industry, it only exacerbates a problem that can be tackled with innovation and education. Keeping our clothes and our dishes clean for prolonged use is one way of ensuring you don't have to buy new products that have a habit of using too much water. Bosch have produced a range of appliances that use minimal water without affecting the quality of the washing.
BSH is the largest manufacturer of home appliances in Europe and one of the leading manufacturers in this sector worldwide. In the UK, we are renowned for our premium quality Bosch dishwashers and washing machines. The average consumption of a dishwasher over the last 15 or 20 years has come down from circa 24 to 20 litres to 18 to 16 to 14. Pretty much the norm at the moment is around 14 litres for a 12-place setting. A product like the Logix Active Water Dishwasher, which was recently awarded the WaterWise mark for reduced energy and water consumption, shows our commitment to the consumer and to the environment. The Logix Active Water Dishwasher is a 14-place dishwasher which has half-load options, auto sensors to detect rinses. It has a Vario drawer for cutlery, which enables it to have the 14-place settings. And it only uses 10 litres of water. It's a AAA rated machine, which means it's top in its class, and therefore it's water efficient, energy efficient, and it has a drying performance that's second to none. Crucially for the consumer, this dishwasher saves you money. The reduced energy and the reduced water consumptions with their half-load options and auto sensors, which allow you to detect how many rinses are required, is a major benefit all the way through.
Dishwashers are a great way of saving water, strangely enough. If you fill a washing up bowl with water, that's about 8 to 10 litres of water a time. New modern dishwashers use less than 10 litres, very often less than 10 litres of water. So it is a really efficient way of washing your dishes.
Our toilets can waste a lot of fresh water. However, an innovative design from CME has made impressive water savings a possibility, recycling the water from our showers and baths.
The UK as a market have never had a massive drought, unlike countries such as South Africa. We feel we've got a divine right. Water falls out the sky, we should naturally have it. But when you've got high conurbation of people in the country that are using water on a regular basis and using it as if it's a free entity, then if it stops raining, we have a drought, where's the water going to come from? Somewhere in the future, particularly maybe the southeast, where they've got a high level of people, the usage of water is high, they've got to try and reduce it. So everybody in every household should be looking at ways of saving water. The element is educating the people to actually understand it. Now, if you can give them a product that doesn't interfere with their lifestyle, their comfort, their compromise at all, then that's when you're onto a winner. At the moment, with low flow devices, people are having to compromise their lifestyle, still pay the same rates for water, but are not getting the pleasures they used to have in the bathrooms. And the UK particularly do like pleasure in their bathrooms.
Grey water systems, it's a very new area in the UK, the idea that you can reuse your shower water for flushing your toilet. This is done quite a lot in sort of continental Europe, but it's new in the UK. So when we first saw the EcoPlay, there was a lot of debate before they got the water-wise mark. It took a couple of years and there were lots of improvements and innovations. But from our viewpoint, this is the safest, most efficient, most well-engineered piece of domestic grey water kit that we've seen. It's very, very clever. It's good in the way that you can reuse your shower water for flushing the toilet. That's how it works. But it's self-cleaning. In terms of water safety, there's a lot of features built into it. In terms of the way it purges the water and it flushes the water, in terms of the way it fits into the house and the small size of its footprint. Very, very clever. Very clever in the way that it uses low energy. Very clever in the way that you can... It's almost at the point now where you can retrofit it into homes, but very good for new homes. And we see a lot of growth in grey water in the future. And EcoPlay is in the perfect position to be used in new developments where they want to meet the higher levels of the Code for Sustainable Homes or where they want to reduce their environmental footprint.
CME have tried to champion low flush devices to reduce the water usage in households, but it can only go so far. The big key for CME was to look at how much additional water we could save. And when you look at the environment of a bathroom, there's 60% of water in the bathroom that's being used in the household via showers, baths and WCs. We took the view that if we could recycle the bath and shower water into the flushing, we could reduce the usage of water within the household by up to 30%. And that's exactly where EcoPlay has come from. How it works is it takes the water directly from your bath and your shower and takes it into a cleaning tank within the system. Within the cleaning tank of the EcoPlay, you have a skimmer, which is very similar to a swimming pool. It'll skim off light products off the top of the water, such as hair and cells and oils. Heavy particles such as grit, gravel, will actually fall to the bottom of the cleaning tank. That leaves an area within the EcoPlay of clean grey water, if you want to class it as. That is then transferred to a holding tank by gravity. We use very, very little power in the system. Gravity transference, so the EcoPlay will then hold 100 litres of water, allowing up to 15, 18 flushes of the WC. It will hold that water for 24 hours. After 24 hours, grey water can start to biodegrade. So the clever thing with EcoPlay is that it recognises the house has not flushed the toilet, and what water is left in the tank will actually be purged. When it's purged from the system, it will actually clean the heavy particles out. So it has a self-clean process. It will then wait for 2 hours more, realising that people are still not in the house, because you've still got grey water in your cistern and your pan. It will automatically flush the cistern, clear the cistern and the pan, leaving fresh water in your pan and cistern. So if you've gone away on holiday, you come back to a fresh pan. As soon as you go back into the shower and start showering again, the system will cut in and start recycling the grey water. It's a very simple management system. We've added a dosing unit which uses a product called BKC, which is a disinfectant. It's an environmentally friendly disinfectant that's used in eye washes, fish tanks. So it keeps a nice fragrant smell in the property, and it actually ensures the water is kept as fresh as possible within that 24-hour period.
With a brand like Bosch that has its heritage in its German origin, there is a certain amount of believability as to what that brand can deliver. And I think people trust Bosch. If we say this product is energy efficient, this product is water efficient, then I think people will believe us. Early this year, we will introduce a new dishwasher that uses as little as 6.5 litres of water for a 13-place setting. And when you compare that to how much water that would be used to do the equivalent load by hand, that's 50 litres. So there is a saving of circa 40 to 45 litres of water per wash load in this particular dishwasher over washing up by hand. I think if you look back 20 years ago, Bosch introduced the first CFC and HFC free fridges in their insulation and in those sorts of things. After that, we've been looking at energy efficiency. And now that we have an energy label, we had A as its benchmark for that's the best in energy. And now we have A+, now we have A++, and now we have A++. So on a product like refrigeration, we're continually trying to reduce the amount of power that's required to keep food fresh and hygienic for as long as possible. The goals for Bosch in the next 5 years will be exactly as they've been in the last 10 years, and that's to get the lowest level of energy and the lowest level of water without compromising on actually the quality of the finish that we get out of that particular machine, whether it be a washing result or a dishwashing result. When you buy a Bosch product, quality is inherent really in its DNA. And this product is produced in such a way within our factories that already at the start of the manufacturing process, there is a water and an energy efficiency going on in its manufacture, in the transportation and everything else. So when the consumer gets the product, there is a build quality that is second to none, there is energy efficiency that's second to none, there is water efficiency that is second to none, and there is a longevity of the product that is probably second to none. Whilst we couldn't guarantee our products will last 10, 15 or 20 years, very often they do. And very often we get endorsements from consumers saying, you know, we've had our product for the last 20 years, never had a repair, never had anything to do on it. We're going to buy Bosch again.
Join us after the break to hear more from the experts about how to use water more efficiently.
Whilst drought and dwindling water supplies have been seen as problems associated with underdeveloped countries, drier summers and climate change are affecting us all. Quite simply, there isn't enough water to sustain the needs of a growing world population. The UK government recognises the severity of the problem, and the revised Building Regulations Part G will permit the use of non-wholesome water for applications such as WC flushing. The EcoPlay system from CME Sanitary Systems uses clever water-saving technology, offering the means through which water from baths and showers can be captured and reused in the home. This clever, low-maintenance grey water solution diverts bathing and showering water to the EcoPlay system, where it's treated and stored. This water is then used for WC flushing, which can ultimately reduce water consumption and drainage loads in the average home by as much as 30%.
Imagine being able to use water without wasting it. Now, imagine making just 6.5 litres of water as powerful as over 4,000 litres. But don't just imagine it, make it real with the world's most water and energy efficient range of dishwashers from Bosch. If you wash this many dishes by hand, you can use as much as 49 litres of water. Wash them in an ordinary dishwasher and you can use 14. Bosch dishwashers use much less, as little as 6.5 litres of water, making use of every last drop to give you perfect results every time. With a range of models and load capacities up to 14 place settings in one wash, Bosch dishwashers save you even more water and energy every time you wash up. Water and energy efficient dishwashers from Bosch. Less water, less energy, more performance. Bosch. Invented for life.
We take water for granted in the UK, but droughts are a fact of life in Britain. The truth is, London's drier than Istanbul. In Kent, there's less water available than in Syria. And every day, a third of the water we use goes straight down the plug hole, unused. Enough water wasted for everyone to fill over 1,000 empty beer bottles every week. Eager takes water conservation seriously. We lead the wastewater fight with our range of water and money-saving products. With Eager's easy-to-install Shower Smart, for example, a family of 4 could be saving over £60 a year in bills right now. Would a water meter save you money? Eager's no-fuss water tariff check will let you know straight away. Are you paying too much for the water you're already using? Ask for an Eager social tariff check. Contact Eager today. Start saving now.
The key to water efficiency is reducing waste, not restricting use. Eager have developed a new and free device, which will fix onto your shower and help you to stop wasting water immediately.
Eager want to be a key player because it ties into our history of helping people in the home save money and helping energy efficiency and water savings for the country, and that's something we're very committed and passionate about. And we try and do that by working with other experts in the areas, such as WaterWise, to look at how we can work together to have development programs, looking at new technologies, looking at new innovations and developing those into practical implications for the home. So, for instance, WaterWise, look at new products and have the WaterWise mark to encourage those and encourage individuals in the home to invest in those, be that a system that is a more efficient toilet or a more efficient sink or dishwasher or washing machine. There are areas that a lot of water can be drained away through wastage just down the taps by ineffective use and ineffective products. So we work together to invest in those developments and programs, and even a very simple product like the Shower Smart or others can save hundreds of litres of water and money for the individual, which is incredibly important as well.
We've worked with Eager quite a lot at WaterWise. There's a big programme that we've done in Swindon in conjunction with WWF and Thames Water, where Eager engineers and fitters have been going out to people's homes and fitting water efficiency equipment to help people reduce their use. And it's been very, very successful. People like the products, they like the services, and Eager have also been advising them around energy as well. So they're making that link between water and energy so they can provide a whole house service. And they've been using some of the specific sort of Eager water and energy saving bits of kit as well. So it's a combination of a service in your home, bits of kit and behaviour, which we found works very, very well.
Shower Smart is a product that Eager are very proud of, and it fits into any non-electrical shower. It saves water and heating by effectively evening the flow of water through your shower. It's a great and simple little product to use, and it's really easy to install. So it only actually takes a couple of minutes to install. You don't particularly need any plumber or additional help. And the best thing about it still is that actually Eager have made that free for individuals to apply for. So they can just go onto our website at www.eager.com/showersmart and apply to have one sent out to them. So a nice, effective way of being part of saving money, saving water, and getting a simple product for free.
Water has a lot of embedded energy in it. It takes a lot of energy to produce water. About 1% of the UK's carbon emissions is from pumping and treating water to and from houses, and about 5% of the UK's greenhouse gas emissions is from heating water in the home. So there is a lot of energy in our water use. So we can quite simply reduce the amount of water we waste, by reducing the time we spend in the shower, and that will also help the UK's greenhouse gas emissions.
WaterWise use their influence to lobby government, media and business to be more aware of the measures that can be taken to save water. WaterWise holds the only water efficiency conference in the UK.
WaterWise was set up 5 years ago, out of the water companies, out of a discussion with all of the chief executives of the water companies across the whole of the UK. It's an independent organisation, and it receives funding from a range of sources, so from manufacturers, from sponsorship, from events we run, some money from some of the water companies, but we work quite closely with governments, with water companies, with manufacturers, with the media, with retail, salespeople, everybody basically, as long as they have the same objective of us, which is to stop people wasting water.
I think an Eager WaterWise means that we need to make things affordable and things need to be easily attainable by individuals, and we need to support them with technology. So we do lots of different things in Eager to help do that. We have a water tariff checker, which will help people understand whether they should or shouldn't be on a water meter, whether that's effective for them. We also do a social tariff check as well to advise people on whether they should be eligible for benefits to help them get lower water bills and other efficiency bills. And we do lots of advice as well. We have rosters of experts coming in and advising people on simple things that they can do at the home. We advise people to have audits in their home as well to check their appliances, check the way they use their water so that they can get practical hints and tips on how to save water in the home. So it's about combining everything and making it really simple, just simple advice on how often you flush your toilet, how you use water. Really simple things like making sure that you switch the taps off while you're brushing your teeth rather than leaving them running, just using that water more effectively, not leaving the shower running for a long time before you get in. Things as well as just looking at your dishwasher, your washing machines, how effective and efficient are they and how do you use them? And maybe things even in the garden as well in terms of collecting water rather than having running hoses. washing a car perhaps with a bucket rather than a running tap. Just simple things that you can think of together and as a family to save water efficiency and help with climate change. We have a UK-based call centre that individuals can call up and speak to one of our customer advisors. Lots of different teams in there who have different specialisms, but at the core of it all is around helping the individual and taking the time to speak to the individual, find out what their advice are looking for, and give them the help and guidance that they need. So that might be about talking about water efficiency measures, so where can they go for getting product recommendations, or it might be about checking the tariffs and checking the benefits that they're on to help them pay for their water bills and be more efficient in the home. So we'll walk through all the different appliances that use water and give them advice on either how to just use it a little bit differently, or maybe that product could be changed to help save them money and save water. And the gentleman or lady who's in the home will take time to work with the individual and go through those concepts, and then we'll give them either leaflets or advice or feedback to help them then take that the next step forward, whether that's with Eager themselves or another partner that we can recommend to support that individual going forward.
I was involved in setting Waterwise up 5 years ago, and at the time there was a lot of work going on in the water companies on water efficiency, but it was generally quite bitty. And there's lots of expertise in the UK within government, within product manufacturers, within water companies on water efficient technologies. What was lacking was coordination. And what Waterwise does, we don't really do anything new. What we do is pull together everything everyone else does and help facilitate that. So our starting role was pulling together this information and coordinating. Our role now is more rolling this out. So actually working with people like housing associations and water companies and local authorities to make sure that we're actually getting water efficient kit into people's homes.
The eco-play as a product, every house could have one. 63 million people living in the UK. That's just the UK. Globally, it's totally different. The UK particularly, we've been driven down to 150 litres per person per day. When we look at lowering that to 80 litres per person today, you go to somewhere like Canada, which, as we know, has a lot of lakes, lots of water. The average use in Quebec, 365 litres per person per day. And Canada, everybody lives on the American border. All the water is north. So the cost of infrastructure to transfer the water to the south, it's got to be more logical to actually save the water, reuse the water twice over, instead of all that additional cost, because you've got that infrastructure cost, you've got cost for the water bills inside the house. That's where we're looking for it. Every house in the world could have one.
Eager itself tries to look all the time for new and innovative products and ways of working. So we work with other utility companies and other partners to try and reduce carbon and look at more water efficiency ways as well and improving efficiencies. Simple products like the Shower Smart, more effective toilets and sinks and different systems of water systems in the house just mean that all of that can be more effective and more affordable for everyone. The important thing to remember with water wastage is we're not asking individuals to stop doing all the things that they've previously done. It's just maybe changing how they've done that and how they approach it, because actually a lot of the water is just wasted through the drains. It's not being used. So if you're washing a car or if you're washing clothes, there are just more effective ways of doing that. So we're not saying stopping those activities, and in fact we're about empowering the individuals and enabling them to do more in the home by trying to make things more efficient, so you can afford more and you can use things more effectively. And I think we wouldn't want to discourage people and try and give it a negative impression, but it's really about working together to work more sensibly and use our water more wisely.
As Europe's number one and the world's third largest appliance manufacturer, we recognise our responsibility for sustainable development. And we do this across all of our brands. Bosch in particular is renowned for its energy efficiency and always has done and always will be. We're all on this planet together. We all use appliances and it's a modern day thing. There's nothing we can do about it. We can't go backwards now in time. So it's our responsibility as a manufacturer to make sure that we produce these products as energy efficient as possible, even in the manufacturing. But ultimately, for the consumer needs to know that when they buy one of our products, they can trust the fact that it would be the most energy efficient and the most water efficient that they can buy. Water saving in the UK is really critical. We don't have snow-capped mountains here, we don't have any other resource for water. So it really is down to water saving rather than not using water. And I think it's really important that people make a considered decision when it comes to buying an appliance on water usage.
Unlike all of the other sort of environmental scare stories, this one isn't so difficult. You can actually have an impact by turning the tap off when you brush your teeth, by investing in quite simple and easy to fit products that stop water wastage in your home, and also by thinking about water. It's ignored. It's a global crisis that isn't really seen because we don't think it affects us and we don't think we can do anything about it. But it does affect us, and we can.
WaterWise wants to see water used wisely everywhere, every day. We want people to think about water a bit more. We don't want people to stop using water, we just want to stop wasting it.
The world's population is rising and the need for fresh water will only increase. WaterWise are committed to providing advice and guidance to the UK, as well as recommending products that have financial, social and environmental benefits. For the long-term future of the UK and the rest of the world, water must be used wisely, every day and everywhere.